Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the post-Super Bowl Valentine's Day edition of the Roundtable, coming to you live from the WWDBTV studios in the heart of Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
That's Las Vegas. That's right. The place where dreams come and die. That's right. When you want to come and get rich, the city was not built on winners. Remember that, folks. Anyway,
my dreams died.
My name is Aaron Phillips. I'm the voice. I'm a member of the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame. And I get the great opportunity to sit here and do the show with two of my dear friends. To my immediate right, you know him as one of the greatest wide receiver punt returners in NFL history, former Denver. I guess you really shouldn't say former. Once a Denver Bronco, always a Denver Bronco.
Always a
Mr. Rick, that's right. Mr. Rick Upchurch, and sitting to his right, former past presidential candidate, dying in his seat as the Raiders got rid of David Carr.
I meant Derek Carr.
I fixed it.
You, man.
I
started with a D.
I got the D. Well, I had the other Carr as part of the Giants for a short time.
Right.
And you notice he's not wearing black and silver this week because football season is over. He's in his Browns.
I'm trying to do that now. I'm trying not to, especially as unhappy as I am at this very moment.
He is known as the Mouth, Mr. George Miklos. Gentlemen.
Yes,
how the
sir.
heck are you?
Oh, wonderful day, man. Wonderful day today. And, it's the start of a great week. But let me tell you something. It got cold the other day, didn't it? Man, my hair was moving. And I'm bald-headed, right? Man, my hair was moving, man.
Yesterday morning? Is that what you're talking about? Yesterday?
I'm sitting.
And we got snowflakes.
My wife sent me a video while I was in New Jersey from her school. They looked out. And it was colder here than it was in Linden, New Jersey.
Well, you guys both live on the west side. You guys got snow then. We never did.
Snow and mix.
You guys got snow.
Yeah, I'm up north here in Aliante.
So
we got the snow and we got the wind. We got everything, the kitchen sink. And I'm telling you, it was cold. It was blistering.
I bet it was cold.
I was saying to myself, am I in Minnesota again or what?
Right.
Wow, that's true. That's very true. Hey, by the way, I want to remind everybody that our show is proudly sponsored and supported by Planet Harvest Health. Check them out for all your CBD, all your items, health, coffee, seasonings, planetharvesthealth.com. Tell them you heard it here, and they'll probably just give you a really big thank you. No,
what a great company, though, huh?
Oh, their stuff is tremendous.
Billy Ball and that James, they are outstanding.
I was just gonna say, you guys on there can't see it, but if you guys look on the shelf back there, the little brown bag, that's one of the coffees that our producer.
I'm curious about that.
I should have Rick.
Good hands. Oh my goodness, look at this.
This is Swiss chocolate almond hemp-infused CBD coffee.
Now,
John, I don't know. I want you to just make sure that everybody sees the logo of Planet Harvest Health. If you can switch to you switch.
Can you catch a buzz? Drinking the coffee?
I don't know, but do you catch a buzz when you have regular caffeine?
I do, somewhat, but the hemp infused that makes it a little more. Yeah.
Well, now back off so it's clear.
Yeah.
It's not easy doing that thing, is it? Oh,
there you are.
Right there in the lower left corner of your screen as it fades out behind.
But what the thing about it, if it's hemp infused, you're getting it confused with marijuana. Hemp does not have THC in it. It only has CBD. So this is good coffee for you all around health and that deal. Now, if you want the THC in that deal and replace it with what? With your caffeine? Yeah.
Do they have that?
Yes,
they do it at the dispensaries. You can buy stuff like that.
Right. Well, that's coffee right there that we just showed.
Right, but like you said, the hemp infused doesn't always mean THC.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
So no THC.
Also, they have seasoning.
Yes.
Different kinds of seasoning with the hemp infused, and they've got some other products. So check them out, planetharvesthealth.com. Their information is right here over my head.
Over here.
So I'm getting better at this after 17 years.
Over there.
Over there.
Yeah.
Here's Rick's information for his stuff. And way over there. Okay.
Hey, I got the secret though, guys. I really do.
He's got the secret.
I got the secret.
And
I've got the true IQ.
True ick.
Secret and the true ick.
True IQ. True ick.
I like it.
True ick. Anyway, I just wrote a book on how you go from 354 pounds to 215 and tell that story. That's all I got. Anyway.
There you go.
All right. Good stuff. Anyway, So you want to start the Super Bowl? We were kind of talking about just before we went on the air. I know we also had St. Patty's Day, but do we want to take care of any other business beforehand?
Yeah, I just want to shout out to my wife, my family, everyone. I had the great opportunity, guys, to live with a woman that lived to be 101.
Wow.
And on Sunday morning, she gained her wings. And I told her, I said, Mom, not only did you just gain your wings, you got double wings. And my mother-in-law's name was Wilmetta Tolson Jones. And boy, what just a wonderful woman. The circle of life for her, 101 years. I had an opportunity, guys, to really pick her mind and pick her brain. 101 years. She went through the wars, World War I, World War II. She went through the Depression. She would talk to me about the Depression and talk about what they didn't have. They were dirt poor. You know, they drank water and things of that nature as far as food was concerned, or broth. At that particular time, they couldn't even get any cheese in that ordeal. Right. But they made it through it and made them strong. It made them understand, man, about life and how to get through it. And so we took all of those things that she had at that time, and she talked to us and said, look, understand things aren't as bad as you think they are. You can always get through it if you put your mind and your heart into it. And that's what Mom did to live 101 years old. Let's see, she has so many great-grandchildren and grandchildren. And wow, I mean, just a legacy that she left. And Mom, we're going to miss you. We love you. And gosh, you know, that's just the circle of life like we were just talking about.
You know, she was part of the greatest generation on earth. She was born in that era where people were tough, strong, decent.
That's right.
And America's going to miss that. I mean, they don't realize it.
That's right. But
they're gonna.
Yes, sir. George,
how about you? Any shout outs you want to take care of?
Well, I wasn't going to say anything because of your guys' situation, but funny, like you mentioned, everything comes in threes. My brother-in-law passed on early Monday morning. Sat with us, watched the Super Bowl. He was 81. Tough guy in his younger years. He grew up in the 60s, 50s, and 60s. And just a shout out to him. Rest in peace, Dean. You know, I know that you're better off now. So
right on.
Okay.
And things happen in threes. So to round it out, my sister's father-in-law back in New Jersey, who I've known the family for a very long time as well, he also at the age of 81 succumbed to some illnesses, kidney failure and things like that. But he was a great man, surrounded with family. So I went back east for 2 days and attended the funeral, saw everybody. And so like we said, circle of life, that's about the only way you can justify how loved ones, regardless of age, regardless of reasons, regardless of circumstances, it happens. You know, we were talking about one of the greatest NFL punt returners and wide receivers here that can run like crazy. Father and mother time is undefeated. They always will be. Right. We can't outrun the circle of life. So thoughts and prayers go out to the Newman family, my nieces back there, and the grandmother, Carol Newman, and the entire family. So anyway,
yes, sir.
Things happen in threes, and we certainly covered that in like 36 hours between the three of us.
Yes, we did.
But anyway,
the weirdest things.
All right, let us move on. Let us get rock and rolling. You mentioned Super Bowl. We'll talk a little Super Bowl, and then we'll get into Valentine's Day. I mean, Super Bowl. We just had that a couple of days ago. So let's talk about some remnants of the Super Bowl. First and foremost, what did you guys think of the game?
Go ahead.
Well, you know, I thought it was one of the better played games between two very evenly matched teams.
Yes.
No doubt about it, guys. Those two teams, and I told everyone, I said it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last, because you have a Jalen Hurt man who was saying to himself, "I'm just as good as Patrick Mahomes," and he is. He's a baller, boy. Let me tell you something.
He ran for 3 touchdowns and threw for 1 and still lost. That's unbelievable.
Absolutely. But the thing about it, they were so evenly matched. It had to come down, guys, to whoever had the ball last.
Well,
and that's exactly what it did. But and everybody wants to talk about that call about holding and that. He held him.
Right.
It was the right call. You can't grab the guy, man, and then hold him back, because that would have been a touchdown. That would have been a touchdown, guys.
Jalen made one mistake.
What did he make?
One. that cost them the game.
And which one was that?
That fumble. And the Chiefs pick it up.
Oh,
and ran it
the
all
fumble
way back.
6?
Oh, yeah.
That the only thing, and even then, it was just one of those unlucky things. You get hit in the right moment.
He
and
was
the ball
trying to
pops
transfer.
out.
I think he was also in the process trying to transfer
Yeah,
the ball.
he was.
That
Yes.
was
But the hit was perfect.
It
too.
was. It
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
one of those things.
That's
and
football.
and when they ran it back, I'm like, oh,
That
my
totally changed the
God.
momentum of the game.
That's
did.
football.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
football.
Absolutely.
That's that thin edge, guys.
Mhm.
In those type of games, in Super Bowl 12, it was a thin edge for us because we fumbled the ball about 6-8 times. I think
did.
it
You
was. We
guys
gave
had
the
a
ball away
lot
8 times,
right.
and we lost about 4 of them.
Right.
And so did Dallas. Dallas lost 3 fumbles
Right.
in that game. So we should have lost 45 to
Right.
7, but we ended up 27-10.
Right.
Our defense kept us in the game.
Sure, absolutely. It was overall. I think I saw the stat because not too long ago we did lists and we talked about the top TV shows in history, and what was it, like 8 of the top 10 most watched things on TV were Super Bowl games. Well, this past Sunday, it was the 3rd largest most viewed Super Bowl game in TV history.
That's crazy.
Let alone NFL. We can have a whole separate discussion about the halftime show, which we might do that in a bit because we got into a little discussion there as well. So let me ask you this question. 2 Super Bowl wins in 4.
Yeah.
Andy Reid being one of, if not the only coach winning a Super Bowl with 2 different teams. Is that well? He did that the last time, but multiple Super Bowls with one team,
Right.
1 Super Bowl with another team.
Right.
Here's a loaded question for discussion. Where does Andy Reid rank in the GOAT of coaches in the NFL? Where is he?
He's in the top 5 for sure.
Okay.
Without a
That's a
doubt.
little higher than I was going to put him.
I'm going to put him in the top 5.
Okay.
Now, if he gets another one, I mean, yeah, he's
Well,
going
he's
to
got
rise.
3.
Yeah.
Who else has? One coach other than what? Belichick.
Right.
Okay. Pittsburgh Steeler Chuck Noll.
Chuck Noll,
Right.
right.
Did Cowboys?
Tom
Landry.
Tom
Landry.
Landry's
Did
got
he have
all-
more than? He's
yeah,
got a
oh,
couple.
yeah.
So there's multiple, and that's
Jimmy
rarefied
Johnson's
air.
got 3.
That's right, Jimmy
Right.
Johnson. Yeah.
But Jimmy Johnson, I think he certainly didn't coach as long as some of these other coaches have.
That's
He
true.
was in and out pretty quickly. So testament to him that he got 3 in a much shorter period of time than Andy Reid has 3
Right.
for sure.
Absolutely. But guys, the thing about it with Andy Reid, what I really like about him is the adjustments that he made during the game. And when he went in at halftime and made the adjustments, that's what I love about Andy Reid. Andy Reid is so good. He goes in, he says, this is not working, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to run out of the same formations in that whole deal, and we're going to make these guys go back here and pick themselves.
Right.
And that's what he did on 2 plays, and they both were touchdowns with the guys going into the end zone by themselves.
I just want to know if coaches still like go and halftime and the table. You guys are shit flying.
Well,
in
I'll
the
tell you
locker
one
room.
thing.
No, I don't think so.
But I'll tell you one thing that he did do, and you guys may have seen the story. I'm going to kind
Only
of
in the
paraphrase it. We were laughing at mentioning the halftime show, right? It was reported that sometimes, and you could probably test to this, that players during the elongated halftime may want to kind of sneak peek at the halftime show.
Oh, he said no.
Well, players, I don't even think players asked. He went in and he said, if anybody goes out there to watch the halftime show, keep walking because you ain't playing in the second half.
Well, I don't even know why any player would do that anyway. I don't even know why you would have to say
Well,
that.
because you have a 30-minute halftime show, a halftime
Well, then you
period.
sit in the locker room and you go over your
would
playbook.
think.
You're working.
Well, last
You're
year it was
working.
reported that a couple of players also did sneak a peek, but you're 100% right. Get in there, stay warm, whatever you got to do. But Andy Reid specifically said, if you're
Good.
going to ask for time to go watch the halftime show, you might as well just keep walking because you ain't playing the second half of the game.
Well, my experience
I
is
like
this, guys. This is my experience. No way, no how was I worried about any type of halftime.
Right.
For sure. I'm like, hey, guys, what can we do, man, to get ourselves back into this football
Right,
game
right.
so that we can win a world championship? And I would do the same thing, guys. That is so irresponsible and stupid.
Mhm.
I mean, what are
The
you
fact
thinking
that you even
about?
have to say it.
Yeah, that he even has to say. So what are you thinking about,
Right.
guys? So that means that you're not even thinking about the game.
And I don't even care if you're on the bench. You need to be in that locker room,
Absolutely.
supporting your starters and looking at everything that they're looking at.
Now,
Absolutely.
as a man who played in a Super Bowl, I got to tip my cap, and there was a follow-up article on this. The Kansas City Chiefs running back,
Mhm.
Moore, was it number 24,
Mhm.
right? Within 2 minutes or whatever it was, sort of like the Dave Meggett play when the Giants were winning, and he tried to slow down, and he backed himself into the end zone, and they wanted to stop short.
Right.
So here's the running back. Clear path. Even George and I could have gotten into the end zone with how much free space there was.
Why does he always put me in the same?
Well, I put me with you, though. I put me with you.
You know, because he loves you, man.
That's right. If I'm not going to do this alone,
But
dude.
you love me too, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Very much so.
Good. I love you.
So here he is. He's approaching the goal line. Could very easily score. Right. Leave too much time on the clock for Jalen Hurts. I'm even sitting at watching the game at home, and I'm saying he shouldn't score. He shouldn't score. And sure enough, he doesn't.
Right.
Now, imagine giving up the folklore story
That you scored.
I scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl, and you know what? That's a guy who should get an award for awareness. There should be something.
Right.
They said, you know what? It's a
Much
yard out.
Ring.
That's right. He gave it up for the betterment of the team, which you don't see a ton of a whole lot anymore. And kudos to him. And again, I believe his last name was Moore, and Eric Moore or something. Number 24, and he gave himself up and
can you
took
imagine
himself out of the history books.
30 years from now, he's telling his grandkids, "Yeah, son, I scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl." And the grandkids, "Did you win, Grandpa?"
Right?
No. But what I did do at halftime, after the game was over, what I did was I got an ice cream cone with chocolate sauce on it, just for doing the right thing.
Right.
Remember, you used to do the right things in the game.
Baseball.
Yeah, man, to do the right things. Hey, guys,
And there's no guarantee that the Eagles would have come back and scored if he had done that.
But the game was still within one score.
He did the right thing. If you want that ring,
absolutely.
It was a chess move at that point.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. Well, he can show his grandchildren that ring, and they can wear one. That's for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Touchdown won't matter.
That's right.
Whether he got it or not.
That's
All right. So if you want to have any comments regarding the Super Bowl, you can put them in the Facebook chat. Of course, that's right here. We're watching that, as is John. If you're watching us on the WWDBTV YouTube channel, you can put your comments there. We will see them as well. By the way, if you have to leave or take us on the go or want to take us on the go, if you have an Android phone, you can download the WWDBTV app to your phone. Take us on the go when there's a show not playing like ours. The best music and shows and everything else over the course of time will be playing 24/7, so it's also a radio station. If you have an Apple product, WWDBTV, add LV to that, and you'll get the same access. Of course, want to watch it again, Facebook, on our Facebook page, WWDBTV. You can watch it on the YouTube channel. And for those who have Roku, download the WWDBTV channel and watch not only this show, but all the other shows that are on the network. With that, it is time for our first break. We have a couple of bills we got to pay. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll be back maybe with a little more Super Bowl, but probably a little switch of focus to St. Valentine's
You can
Day.
even watch this in the shower.
Yeah.
Anxiety, depression, PTSD, ADHD, pain, inflammation, dealing with mental or physical health issues, or know someone who is? Relax, refresh, recover, revive. Natural health alternatives using hemp-derived CBD and other cannabinoids found in hemp are increasingly becoming more effective in managing various symptoms that affect your body, state of mind, and daily life. Planet Harvest Health's mission is to help those looking for natural, new, and better solutions for a healthier way of life, specializing in small batch, handcrafted alternatives, providing higher quality and a cost-effective product. Go to planetharvesthealth.com for more information and education.
Hi, I'm Judy Mario. I invite you to watch my show, What's Your Story with Judy Mario on WWDB-TV, where I interview celebrities, doctors, authors, professional speakers, and just plain folks like you and me. So watch my show and also watch some of the other great shows that we have here on WWDB-TV, and you can also find us on Roku.
All right, welcome back. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I've been behind a microphone for 17 and a half years in this town. And you know what? You guys see us and listen to us with what we talk about. But some of the best conversations I've ever been a part of is when the mics are not on during a commercial break.
And they're the ones that should be on.
That's right. Those are the ones you should be listening to.
Again, I'd get in a lot of trouble. But it doesn't really. I'm with trouble. What do you mean? I don't know about trouble, but whatever.
Interesting debate
You
about
don't
the
get in
types of
trouble.
balloons that were shot down. But
Yeah,
anyway,
and I'd like to hear people's thoughts on that. I mean, come on,
well, you have
aliens.
that, do you have that on America Speaks? Is that
I
a
can
topic?
do that. I have all that
You have
stuff
all that
ready
stuff
to
right?
roll.
Okay, then let's not do that. What do you think it was? Let's just leave it open.
Yeah, let's
Folks,
leave that open.
what do you think those balloons were all about that were shot down over the last couple of weeks? Let us know your thoughts on that. If you're watching us, do it on our Facebook page or on the YouTube channel, and let us know what you think it was.
Yeah, we want your thoughts. This is your show as well.
That's
right.
We want to hear from you. Speak up, Jay.
One person is saying it's not aliens.
It's not.
How do you know?
Because
Please.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said so.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
Jeez.
In the thousands of years we've been here, I mean, again, in the past, they say that certain Mayan cultures, Mayan and certain other cultures in the past saw stuff like that, and they recorded it by,
Hieroglyphs.
yeah, that kind of stuff. I don't know,
Did they
man.
have
Well, not
balloons
only-
back in
Today's
those
world
days?
with video and audio all over the place, and
Wait a minute.
satellites all over in space.
But here's my thing. So you have Buzz Aldrich and those guys out there that are astronauts, right?
Mhm.
And they're out there and they're circling the Earth, right?
Right.
And all of a sudden, all of them are looking out the window and they're looking at a craft that comes right up on them in that whole deal and hovers around them in that whole deal and then takes off. So you're gonna tell me that these guys, they're up there, they don't know what they're talking about?
I seriously have doubts, like pilots too. What was that thing? Who knows?
Can I hear that sound effect again?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey man,
you
well,
record
well,
that on
well,
radio?
I don't say anything's impossible.
well, then
but I
what
don't
do you
believe
think it is, George? What do you think these guys with their own eyes saw that was so different from our aircraft and were able to do things that our aircraft couldn't do?
It's man-made. I can't tell you how or why, but it's man-made. We've got to come down off of this alien
Well, wait a minute,
spacecraft
George.
stuff.
George, history tells us that we've been visited by the Anunnaki, man, since the beginning of time.
We only know what those guys wrote down on a rock or in a book. We can't really tell for sure.
Well, you have people who what they do is classify hieroglyphs, man. They know what they're talking about.
If I could find out what was up there, where's the place up here, Area 51, where they said they had alien,
Right.
one that crashed in 47.
Right?
If I can see the alien supposedly on the table, I might have a say.
Well, I'm only saying that in the past, we have been visited. Why in the world would we think, honestly and truthfully, guys, that nobody else would be coming here and we go out there?
Now,
That don't even make sense.
Does alien life exist out there? Yeah, I'm certainly not going to dispute that. But coming to Earth, if I were them and they came to us, I'd be going, "Fuck, let's get the hell out of here."
Here's the thing.
You know?
Here's the
I mean,
thing. Down in Antarctica,
Right.
down in Antarctica, they have been going down there since World War II, right?
Right.
And the other thing is that Hitler went down there and he went into a big cave. You know, they got a big cavern down there.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks haven't
Right.
been going down there. And the word is that he was there getting all the information with the aliens underneath, man, the Antarctic down there. Do you know what's down there? No.
No idea.
So why would these guys go down there so that they could get to understand exactly about technology, about energy, and how they got here?
I think they're so far advanced over us that we couldn't even comprehend a quarter of what they've done or what the possibilities are.
Well, here's the other one then. Okay, you had President Eisenhower that came to Las Vegas, right? He came to Las Vegas. He's supposed to be going to a different function. Supposed to be going to a function, George. The function never happen. He went up to Area 51. They took him into a bunker, and he said that he had conversation with aliens. So are we not gonna believe our president and when he says this is what he did?
I want to know what he was smoking back then, and I want some. I want it right now.
Well, you know what? I like
love
this.
it. I just don't. The President of the United States, Hitler, whoever, talking to aliens.
Yes,
Actually,
yes. I believe it. Why in the world would we be the only ones in this galaxy? Look, and here's the other reason why the Anunnaki came. You know who the Anunnaki was?
No, you have to
They were the
refresh
beginners.
me.
Yeah, well, the Anunnaki was the original aliens that came here and they landed in Egypt. They brought all the technology, they brought all the alphabet, they brought all of the understanding about electricity, transportation, and they shared it with those folks there. They came and
we should
visited.
be more advanced by now if that were to happen.
Well,
Just ask.
that's what's going on. They're saying that they're getting the information from these aliens and that whole deal in the technology age right now.
Oh my God, they're so far advanced. Why would they?
Because they're coming here. Look, understand, other planets die, right? They run out of resources, right? So why wouldn't we, just like what we're doing right now, we're going out and exploring and see where we can go, because after a while, Earth is going to be ravaged. It's not going to have the resources. Their planet probably burned out, and they're looking for the same thing.
Now, I do believe that over time, humans have an amazing way of screwing things up. I do believe that we will use up a lot of our resources. We're already doing that now anyway. We don't need, you know.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. They're out exploring. They're out. The Anunnaki used to use gold because gold was a great conductor. And so they ran out of gold on their planet. So they went out to find the planets that would have gold resources, and Earth was the one.
Now, if there is this proof, again, I'm just asking why. I'd love to see a poll with the humans, and why would not more humans believe in all this? I don't think that if you took a poll, I think 25% or less would think you're hogwash, or 50% that all this stuff was hogwash about all that. But
I don't know, but a lot of people don't even understand. They don't even know the history about aliens coming and visiting here. That's why.
I don't really know that much about it. I love space travel. I've always been involved and loved that. And I've always wanted to know if there's something else out there. It would be stupid for us to believe that there isn't. But for them coming to Earth and hanging out and doing stuff, and I don't know about that part. I don't know.
Did you see all the hieroglyphs? Have you seen any of the hieroglyphs in the pyramid?
Well,
you
not,
have
not in the pyramids, but I have seen documentaries and all that sort of
right.
stuff.
And some of those creatures, the people, they look like animals. They look like lions. They look like birds. They look like all kinds of different things in that whole deal. So I'm just saying, when you have the ones that look like animals and things of that nature, and they understood medicine, who were they teaching? They were teaching us how to deal with medicine to cure ourselves.
I have a confession to make. I'm an alien.
Men in Black.
From the planet X.
Well,
Men in Black.
I love you, but anyway, I believe that we're being visited. I believe that other civilizations are out there.
So why are they so secretive? I would love to meet them.
Because they know we're warfaring. They look, when we don't here on Earth, when we don't believe in something or we see something that we don't understand, the first thing we want to do is kill it.
I'm shocked that Hitler wouldn't have done something like that if he saw something.
No, he wanted the technology.
I was going to say he was more intrigued with the technology.
Right.
That's why he wouldn't. If he killed them, then it would end the technology.
Absolutely.
And all they got out was the Volkswagen. Is all they got out of it.
Well, that kept people on their feet.
Kept moving.
I mean, yeah, they kept them moving. I mean, come on, bro.
Plus, it's a great game too, Punch Bucky.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
All right, but anyway, that's just my feeling
No,
about
it's
it.
okay to have that
Absolutely.
opinion. We understood there's other folks, and I
It's
would
all
love
good.
to get into this.
I would love to know while you're out there.
Doesn't mean you have to believe it.
Put your comments into the chat room. Do you
Yeah,
believe in
hurry up.
aliens?
We
Yes
need
or
some.
no?
Please, we need to hear from you folks out
Yeah,
there.
please, because I can't keep these guys separated much longer.
But that's the best part of all this.
Absolutely.
Is to have
The
these discussions
conversations.
and
These are the kind of conversations that keep people up at night. But anyway, so let's talk about another alien function. St. Patrick's Day, St. Valentine's Day. No.
Yeah.
is that an alien holiday?
No, that was a massacre.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
it
Wait,
was actually.
Let's pay our respects to Frank Collada as well, right? I mean, he was, but yeah, the St. Valentine's Day massacre in Chicago, right?
I've
That's-
I've actually got pictures in front of that wall.
Oh yeah, at the Body Museum.
Yeah.
Oh, tell him he's married to.
And who's that comment? Tell him he's married to one. Who's that for?
Your half, buddy boy.
Oh, so she's an alien?
Shit, no, yeah, I guess so. How many
him that
fingers
his-
does she have?
Oh yeah, there is that. Yeah.
I love it, Denise.
I've often wondered.
I love it, Denise. Tell the truth, honey.
So how many fingers?
She said it in front of everybody. Oh my god.
So how many fingers does she really have then?
Oh, I was
All right,
I was
anyway,
wondering
we'll
what
leave it
that
there.
extra appendage.
He don't even know.
I wonder what that
He
extra
doesn't
appendage
pay-
was for.
He doesn't pay attention to that. I've heard from Denise direct. But anyway,
Oh yeah.
I have,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm sure. Yeah.
that's right. Well, it was
We
kind
had
of
had lunch
opposite.
a couple times.
Well, yes, it was opposite. When you lost your weight, she finally noticed who you were.
Who you
I'm
were,
still
yeah.
surprised
Right.
that she stayed married to you.
You have an extra appendage, honey? No, I just lost all the weight.
That's right.
Yeah,
Found
well,
one
that
he
helps.
thought he-
That helps.
Yeah.
he found one thinking he lost one. But anyway, all right, let's talk about St. Valentine's Day. Modern belief is that St. Valentine's Day was really a made-up holiday to benefit the card industry, florals, and just another reason to
Make
buy
money.
jewelry
Right,
and
right.
whatnot. However, the holiday is very deep rooted in, some say, pagan history,
Yeah, it's been around for a long time. So
Been
it's
around
not
for a
just
long-
the cards
absolutely.
and the candy and the
but
flowers.
it has come a long way since then.
Yes, it
you
has.
have some information that you might want to share about maybe the origins or some information about Valentine's Day.
Well, the origins, once again, the Romans, it was a festival that they celebrated, but the way they were celebrating was a totally different way for Valentine's Day. They were beating people. They were making people have sex and stuff, man.
Making them have it?
making them have sex with
As
other people
entertainment for others.
and for entertainment for others. And
So
that
that's first porn. Porn
Porn,
back
yeah.
that's right.
Exactly.
That's
Wow.
Where do you
right.
think
The
Caligula got
Romans.
started?
Yeah,
The Romans, who knew?
that's right. There you go.
Caligula, got to start somewhere. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Come on now.
And so when I saw that, I'm like, really? That's what Valentine started out as?
Why do they call it Saint Valentine? I actually thought there was a saint out there,
There
a
are-
man.
There is.
There are three in the Catholic religion. The Catholic Church. There are three different saints named Valentine that have different functions.
That's what I thought.
But that's where the Saint Valentine's comes from. It's celebrated in the middle of February to commemorate the anniversary of Valentine's death or burial, which they're saying occurred around 270 AD. So after death.
Yes.
It was claimed that the Christian church may have decided to place St. Valentine's feast day in the middle of February in an effort to Christianize the pagan celebration of Lupercalia, and I'm probably not pronouncing that right.
That's all right.
Celebrated at the
That's some kind of lubrication.
could be, for all we know. Does a True IQ sell that? But anyway, dedicated to, February 15th. Lupercalia was a fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture, as well as the Roman founders Romulus and Remus. Take that word for what it's
Oh
worth.
boy.
Remus?
Remus?
Remus.
Okay,
And I got in trouble last
Where
week.
did my mind go?
And I get in
man.
trouble.
Once again, this is proper. Come on, bro.
Here, real quick, Rick had some stuff here about St. Valentine, and again,
Well, what am I reading? It off of tea leaves?
well, this cannot be officially verified, but the identity of St. Valentine is up for debate also. According to the 3rd century, there was 2 different men named Valentine. Both of them were priests. One was arrested for defying a Roman decree that forbade soldiers from marrying. God, what a shitty life.
And that's right.
He was executed for the crime of continuing to wed lovers in secret. Wow. Now there's another one.
Yeah.
Imprisoned priest fell in love with one of his visitors and began writing letters to her.
That's how the Valentine's notice
The
started.
priest supposedly sent the
Welcome,
woman a letter
Hallmark.
before his execution that he signed off from your Valentine.
That's right.
Okay.
my
So
God.
that- and
And
he's,
I believe one of these, it sounds fair enough. I
and
mean,
he's the
something
founder of Hallmark, by the way.
Oh.
Since it was the first Valentine's Day
Valentine
card.
Hallmark. Right. He's the first one.
I
Right.
wonder if he's getting residual.
Patron saint of Hallmark.
I wonder if he's getting residual
Wow.
money for that, man.
All of them
You think?
brutally beaten
So what do you guys,
and murdered.
yes. I was going to say, what do you guys get, including John? After a while, you've been together a long time with your
It's a
wife.
great
So have I.
question.
After, at the first beginning, flowers and the card, I love you, cards and candy.
Denise, please
Over
verify that
time.
information, please.
I got her some chocolate kisses, didn't I, with balloons and
Well,
stuff.
the chocolate
kisses? Yeah, but
putting
every-
chocolate.
Wait,
I gave
you got
Donna chocolate
balloons?
kisses.
Wait a minute. You got balloons? Now we have the answer to this.
Now
He
we
got
know where
balloons.
the-
Oh,
That's right.
you got balloons.
You know what kind of
Redlips.
chocolate kisses she got? He took Hershey syrup,
It was a
put
big
it on his mouth, and leaned in and kissed her.
So what do you guys do after 25 years, 30 years of togetherness? Flowers, and women never get tired of flowers.
Well, mine, thank goodness,
Cards
is
and
allergic to
candy.
fresh flowers.
Oh.
She cannot stand the
the
aroma.
aroma. Huh?
No shit. So what do you? So after a while, will you buy a new car? Trip to the Bahamas? What do we do after 25
Try
years?
to on Christmas Day.
Do not bring that up.
I am,
Oh my God,
I am-
John, why'd you
I am
say that?
like this.
I'm expecting another tweet from her.
Let's get romantic. What about
I
just a
didn't-
great?
I didn't-
What about just a great, wonderful dinner with
Right.
and we as men just take the time and cook a wonderful dinner, or take our woman out for a wonderful dinner, and they'll sit there and show her that you appreciate her.
Right.
So
Candlelight. Roses.
So how long have you and Donna been married?
It'll be 27 years in April.
And how many years are you in?
Well, we've been together 25, married since 2014. 8
Okay.
years.
So that means
So we've been
I'm the
living
elder
in sin.
statesman of I'm not even asking John because he's out the window over there.
Since 1968.
No shit. Really?
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Married to what or whom? To the military?
Rhonda.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but-
Rhonda, did you hear what he just said? To what? Married to what?
well, because he's also married to the military. And aren't military people married to their service?
No.
I think Rhonda knows where you live too. Hey, Mount. I mean, not
Mount,
Mount.
yeah.
But the voice. I think Rhonda's gonna come looking for you.
I can be found at 4850 North Rancho Boulevard. But anyway,
You said your address live?
That's
did
about
you not
right.
hear the address?
No, bullshit.
4850 North Rancho.
Oh, shit. I'm here. I got to get
Right, exactly. So let me ask. So that means
Wrong
I'm
address.
right. That's right. So as the elder statesman of currently married, sitting up here, I have to
current
clarify.
marriage. Okay.
I just passed 34 years. So
Incredible.
Wonderful.
thank you. Thank you very little.
Write a book so that we can read it, okay?
Don't go to bed angry. That's the whole book right there.
I like it.
So and it's a great question because you do run out of ideas.
You do.
But some people will say, why do you need one day out of 365 to
That's
show
right.
your spouse that you love them?
You don't, but that's,
But-
I guess, just a nationally recognized
Absolutely,
thing
and that's
that
where
we
the
all.
and that's where Hallmark gets ridiculed, thinking that the holidays, is money grab. But
It is.
be that as it may, we don't do the chocolates anymore because of our health.
Right.
Okay.
Flowers, I've done plants.
You can do dark chocolate though.
That's
It's
healthy.
healthy.
That's true. I've done balloons.
Okay.
You know, when she's at school, I have like a dozen Mylars with a teddy bear delivered.
And once a year is not a big
So
deal.
this year, I'll tell you what I did. And Facebook, we scoff at some of their posts and items and ads. So
Right.
I've had a lot of success ordering stuff. So here's what I did. And one of them came in while I was away. One of them came in just before I left. So I ordered two things. There was this company that you can buy a map, have a map generated of an area that's important to you and a significant other, whether it's your first date, this birthday, vacation, whatever it is. So I ordered it with the city where we got married, my hometown, Linden. And you could type it at the bottom, where, what, date, names, and it's a map of the whole thing, and you get a frame, something unique. Now so I did it for our wedding day, January 8th, 89. And that was an us kind of thing, but still, I did it with her in mind. The second thing that I did, you see these things being sold out there where you can order what looks like a record, you pick the song, and they put the lyrics on the record, and you send a picture that the superimpose on there, put the lyrics around everything. So they had our song, Hello Patrick. They had our song, which was Always at the time, back in 89. Atlantic Star did that song, and they had it. I sent them a picture. Now it's wood, and you can hang it or frame it or stand it in a thing. And I ordered, I don't know, like 12-inch, whatever it was, and it came in yesterday. And I said, babe, I'm sorry, I didn't have a chance to wrap them. I gave them to her in the carton that they were delivered in. Yeah. I didn't have a chance to buy a Valentine's Day card. I said, babe, this is something. And she opened up and she loved them. Very simple,
Yes.
cost effective. There was not overly expensive to buy. She's not a materialistic lady that wants all the gaudy and bling. She's got her certain pieces, and I know what they are, and she loves that. I don't have to do all of that. Sure. Yeah. Also, too, our anniversary, January 8th. Then we have Valentine's Day, the 14th. These holidays are right on top of each other.
Pretty much.
And what we've done at times, we get one or two big gifts for each other that covers Hanukkah, our anniversary, and Valentine's Day, because everything is so close. And right. we get it.
Have you ever seen those? And I haven't done it. Maybe next year, honey. But no, they have these.
Great.
Right. Where you send in a photo that you like, and they make it out of glass.
Yes.
And they have it in 3 or 4 different sizes, and you hang them up on the wall.
I have one of those.
Oh, you do? You really?
I had a picture of my wife.
Cool.
They absolutely are, where it's mirrored, right? Yeah. It's a regular picture.
Yeah.
My wife went up to Colorado to attend a wedding with my daughters. There's a friend of theirs, but we know the gal. And there was this beautiful picture of my wife. They took it like in the courtyard. She's in her dress, sitting there on a bench. And I love my wife, but sometimes when you catch that significant other in such a way that it just lights you up. And this was one of the best pictures of my wife in all the years we've been together from the time we started dating, that I found that I saw that same company and I had that picture done in glass. It's a picture, but it's not etched.
I got you.
And then I loved it so much, I found 2 pictures of my daughters. And I did it with them as well, and I have them hanging on my wall in the house.
Now, I
I
have
love
to
that
give
stuff.
to Denise's credit. I'm an actor, so I have photos taken of me all the time. But for some reason, when she gets in a photo with me, it makes it look like I'm somebody.
Yeah.
When she gets into a photo, it's like, I'm kissing your butt right now.
Yeah.
He's making up for the previous comment.
But
The
yeah.
alien comment.
So it's amazing how sometimes you catch a photo, and she's real photogenic anyway. But every once in a while, you catch a photo of yourself or someone in your family going, "Wow, that's a great photo."
That's right. Great portrait.
Yeah.
Here's my question. How many people yesterday down at the little chapel got married? All of the places here in Vegas where people can get married. What is the number, do you think, guys?
I can give you a ballpark because I used to tell people that when we sold timeshare.
Okay.
First of all, Las Vegas has been the number one destination in the United States for weddings on
That's
Valentine's Day.
believable, yes.
Okay, number one. Now, in the past, I think at some point the city will actually give out numbers of the licenses that were purchased and all
Right.
that for Valentine's Day. But I can tell you in the past, tens of thousands.
Yeah, easily.
Tens of
Tens of
thousands.
Can you
Yes.
imagine?
No.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No, I
Hey, so
can't.
what are we doing, man? We got to build a chapel around
That's right.
here,
We
guys,
need to
right?
make it. Well, here we
Is that
got
what you want to do? Make money marrying people? You
Yeah,
wanna-
I
you
do.
wanna end
Well,
up like this
listen.
guy?
Think about it. Think about it. We have different. Listen, I'm Jewish. I can marry, be a rabbi. You can get the priest or
Yeah, I could be a pastor.
we could cover everything.
I was actually, believe it or not, in the Episcopal Church. I was the youngest lay reader in the history of the Episcopal Church at the age of 15. That was 40 years ago. That was the guy had the little gown on
Right.
and everything. And
Mhm.
I even served the communion.
Right.
He would go with the body of Christ with the wafer, and I would come up with the blood of Christ. Can you believe that?
And you're Jewish. You got Jewish
Can you
on your
believe
mother's
I
side.
did that? Well, I went to
Well,
the
that's why your fingers are falling off right now. Right? There's a curse on that type of
All right,
shit.
fellas, I want to take a break a few minutes early because we have our next segment coming
That's
up,
right.
which is George's favorite, and I want to make sure that we cover it.
Go,
You
George.
are watching the craziness of the roundtable today. We've just been going at it with a lot of fun this week, as
That's
we always
right.
do.
That's
We
right.
thank you for watching us. When we come back, it's George's favorite segment. It's America
Yes, it
Speaks.
is.
Don't go anywhere because we have no idea what he's going to bring up. God bless us and protect us all. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. I am Aaron Phillips. You are.
I'm Governor Val Brown Klingelhofer.
And we host what kind of show?
We host the most fabulous show on this network you've ever seen. It's all about Kiwanis and what's going on in our different cities.
And Kiwanis Connects is the title, and you can watch us every Friday morning, 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time, right on Facebook or WWDBTV. Say goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Aloha.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
All right, welcome back. Thank God we're still on the air after the crazy stuff
Can
we're
you
doing
believe
tonight.
that?
You're watching the Roundtable. The Mouth, George Miklos.
The Mouth.
The fastest man in the NFL during his time, Mr. Rick Upchurch,
Oh
and me.
boy,
I'm
oh boy.
just driving the car.
Hello.
I'm Aaron Phillips. All right, plenty of time for Are you ready to go there, sir?
I am ready, man.
All right, it is
I
now
got this thing
time
set
for a
up.
segment that George likes to call America Speaks.
That's right.
America Speaks. Did we just
You
hear
guys
that?
like that? I was
You have
doing
the
all that
microphone.
during. Yeah, I was doing that in practice with the mic. I turned it off.
All right.
I didn't want to get.
Go for it.
All right, America Speaks. This is a segment, kind of similar to what Andy Rooney did on 60 Minutes. Little different though.
Only he
My
didn't have
goal.
Rick and me behind him yelling at him.
Oh
too.
my. Right.
Have you ever wondered?
Well, right. And have you ever wondered why?
If we keep doing this, we'll never get to the segment.
Right. Let's get
that
to the
the plan?
segment.
Yes, that is the plan.
Is that
You know
what the
how we
plan
work,
is?
big fella. You know how we work.
All right.
And we're clear. Thank you
And
for
we're
watching.
clear. That was it. The goal is to find subjects that are interesting. Some are controversial. Some are funny. Some are serious. And the goal is to read your thoughts, your comments on these particular subjects. And the goal is not to interject with our comments, but we're going to talk about your comments. We're going to comment on the comments. Okay. So the first one, I just saw that, the train derailment in Ohio. You guys
Train derailment? Where was I about train derailment?
You didn't hear about in Ohio,
Ohio,
about 10 days
Palestine
ago?
East Palestine.
Yeah.
I did not.
Okay, there's this train full of chemicals, full of toxic stuff. It 6 cars went off the track.
Oh boy.
So now they're having on the news, they released all these chemicals, and you should have seen the plume of smoke. They took a picture of it from the satellite in space, and it was just this big black, it looked like a big black hurricane is what it looked like, all this smoke. Well, over the next couple of days, the first couple of days, people's animals were dying.
Oh boy.
They would go out in the backyard, and chickens were dead, the pigeons were dead, foxes, dogs were dropping dead.
Yeah.
So now you're, wondering about the citizens of the town, what's going to happen 10, 15, 20 years from now, maybe even sooner. Well, here we are. We have the 88 comments here in this conversation concerning where was Pete Buttigieg, who is actually the transportation secretary. And we're not going to make this political. It's a train accident that happened, and it's screwing up a town of 4,500 people. Speed 018 says the profitable Norfolk Southern Railroad originally agreed to pay just $25,000 to the town, which works out to about $5 a resident, and has since upgraded to $1,000 per resident in the evacuation zone. First of all, for me, I don't get this comment. It's only 10, 12 days old. They're already agreeing to pay $25,000 to the town, which is nothing. It might cause havoc over the next 20, 30 years, millions and millions of dollars, people out of work.
Health insurance premiums are going to go crazy
Right.
for those people.
And the thing about it, you don't know the long-term effect of all this.
Correct. We won't know that for 10 or 15 years, possibly. Lennox 955 says train derailments and many other industrial accidents are not the fault of Pete Buttigieg. If that were the case, we could solve all of these problems in one day. The fault of these accidents lies at the feet of the train companies. That I agree with. They cut costs by cutting employees. They overload their cars with hazardous chemicals, and they successfully lobbied the government to roll back safety regulations. How do you feel about that?
My first question is, what were the chemicals, and were they allowed to be transported in this manner?
Yes, they were allowed to be transported in this manner. The hazardous materials, they haven't really said what they were in these articles at all. That they were just hazardous. That's all they've said.
And the other thing is this: what was wrong with the tracks? Why did it derail? That's going to be the big question.
And that's where
that's part of
the NTSA.
Yeah, over the years, you've seen that bridges that have cracks in them, and tracks that have been used probably for 50 years without any proper maintenance on them, and stuff falls apart.
Yeah,
nothing that was built to last forever anymore. That's
right.
what makes me mad.
That's right.
Okay, we're going to go to the next one here. Again, that was about the train.
I missed that one. I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bad news for that.
I know Rick may not. He doesn't. I don't know if he cares for this guy too much. But Governor Ron DeSantis applauds court striking down the activist attempts to overturn parental rights law. A federal judge has dismissed a lawsuit against Florida's parental rights bill, dubbed by critics as the Don't Say Gay bill, which bans classroom instruction on sexual orientation or gender identity from kindergarten through 3rd grade. Okay. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I'm hoping you feel the same.
America feels.
Right. America Speaks. This is what you guys think about all this. INOIT, Inuit. Are we or are we not seeing Trump's face in any positive news stories on Fox?
How did you pronounce his handle?
Inuit, INOIT, Inuit, INOIT, Inuit.
I think it's a quick, short way of saying I know it.
Oh, fuck. Well, I don't know. What do you call those things that just spell it if you want to tell me. I know it.
Yeah, you going in circles, big
whatever. No shit. I didn't know what that says.
Hey, man, I'm with you, brother.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How do you blame this?
Hey, you're a teacher, so you know how to decode, right?
Right. Well, INOIT. I don't know. What do they call that when you shorten stuff?
Shorthand.
Shorthand. I hate it. Spell it out.
When you write shorthand, what do you call that? Shorthand.
Shorthand.
Yeah, whatever. Right. You can't blame a past president for this particular incident. I don't know why they do that stuff all the time. Shadow Ban 418 says, so now we can say that liberals have been defeated in court on the subject, as they claimed when courts refused to hear election fraud due to lack of standing. Again, I don't know where all this stuff is coming from, but this is America speaking on it. Yeah. Here's Pumpin' Trump. One question, Meatball. Do parents have a right to know if their creepy groomer teacher is giving them alcohol? I don't know what this has to do with anything.
Yeah.
I think that point is you really don't know what a teacher's saying in a classroom.
Right.
So you don't know if they're talking about something they shouldn't be in the eyes of the law there, or are they just giving them alcohol? They could be giving them alcohol for all they know.
Yeah,
but I think that's the point of that.
For me, guys, look, first grade, second grade, third grade, all through elementary school, all through middle school, all through high school. For me, the teachers were always right. They were the ones that were teaching the classes.
That's right.
And so the
almost
teachers,
like a role model.
yeah, the teachers and the parents were always getting along. And they said, my child is coming here to get an education.
Right.
And I understand now, you know, you're bringing in all these other type of things. And I know you're not talking
Society's changing.
Yeah, and that whole deal. Right. Society's changing. So when are we going to allow the teachers to be teachers?
Well, it's like you said. I remember, 50 years ago when I was in school and I get in trouble, or a student gets in trouble, the parents are down there in the teacher's office. Don't worry, Mrs. and Mr. Teacher. We will take care of this when we get home. Nowadays, it's, what are you doing to my kid? I mean, I can't.
Or the kid goes to the parents and says, if you hit me, I'll call DIFUS.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Right.
Exactly. And you're a teacher, you're in that situation. So I'm sure you face that a lot. But here's the thing about it. These children in that whole deal in the classroom, man, they're really disrespectful because what they do is they reflect the home that they come out of, guys. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Well, here's one from John Tershell 075. Look out, world. The parents are back in charge. Okay.
God help us.
God help the queen.
Right.
Well, when COVID came out and, folks were getting after the teachers and, and all that type of stuff. And so I said, parents, quit your job and you go and do the teaching.
Right.
And then you'll find out what it's like. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing. They don't need the pressure.
Here's a good one.
Teachers need your support.
I agree totally.
Go ahead.
PC slots 236, K through third grade. That means a teacher is usually only required a bachelor's degree in education and tests for certification. Is that teacher capable of teaching 5 to 8 year olds about gender dysphoria in a group setting?
I would love to address that one right
How will a 5 and 8 year old respond about the subject in a group setting? How will they treat a kid asking material questions about gender dysphoria? Are parents no longer a child's primary advocate? And what happens when a teacher goes off the rails against a parent's wishes? What is the end game for these people?
All right, I'm going to address that one. Okay, first of all, I wish I knew where that person lived, because they're saying that teachers are only required to have a bachelor's degree
in education,
which is total 1,000% bullshit. Okay, there's no way that teachers, wherever that person lives, is only teaching on a bachelor's. Now, if it's a bachelor's yes, they could be if it's in education.
So a 4-year degree is not enough to teach?
No, it
kids?
is, but it has to be in education.
Okay.
You're not going to get a 4-year degree and go into architecture and then walk in the next day to teach.
Right.
Unless you go through what's called an alternate route program within the school district to get a teaching license. But you take your classes, you have to do student teaching. People do not walk into a classroom and teach with zero experience of any kind.
I can't
Number
imagine.
one.
Right.
Number two, as far as the parents, let me backtrack. Teachers should not go off the basic curriculum of what is being asked for federally.
That's right.
And is mandated into the states by the government.
That's right.
Okay? Forget the no child held back or whatever Bush's program was and all of that. Common Core is the standard that is set right now. Okay? When I learned to multiply in school, which I'm sure you guys learned the same thing, we learned something about long multiplication and long division.
That's right.
If I looked at you and said, do you know how to do multiplication using the area method of multiplication? Do you know how to do that?
I would go, what the hell is the area method?
Okay. That's how, and one day I'll hold a class for you.
I got you.
When I was doing my tutoring job during the pandemic with another school, I had to teach myself what the heck this area method of multiplication was before I can tutor the kids in it. This is what Common Core is about. People do not realize and understand what is required by the teacher, not just during school hours to do, but outside of school hours, which are not being paid for.
Tutoring.
Not even just
Not even
tutoring.
tutoring.
Not even. I'm just talking about planning.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah, I got
that's
you.
what I'm talking about.
I got you.
Because teachers are required to be in the building. Okay. At least I think it's 7 a.m., 7:15 a.m., and they have a sign out period. They have a sign out departure time of, let's see, my school gets out at 2:11. I think they have to be there at 2:45. That's their contracted time.
Yes.
Okay. And I can honestly tell you, if in a 6.5 hour window that teachers are supposed to teach, if they actually have their hands in teaching the students like they should be, I'd be surprised that 50% of that time they're actually teaching a lesson.
Wow.
Because they have to do reports. They have to do progress
Right.
monitoring on individual students. They have to do intervention. They have to pull groups.
They spend their own money on school supplies sometimes, I heard.
I am a tutor. I'm in school 3 days a week. I'm a licensed substitute. And I take money out of my own pocket for rewards and little things to give my students.
Yeah.
Teachers, here's a good thing though for teachers. Keep your receipts because those things can be tax deductible.
Right.
But make sure that you check with your accountant.
That's right.
But anyway,
We've got-
so that one, go
We've
ahead.
got one more topic.
What source are you using, by the way, for the topics we're talking about?
Well, the only reason I use this is because they actually allow people to comment. Fox News allows people to comment. Yeah, I tried MSNBC and CNN, and they have no one is allowed to comment.
That's all right.
There's-
That's perfect. I was just
and again, I
wanted to-
try to pick subjects that are not
sure.
too.
Absolutely.
Just
Now,
wanted to name
again,
the
we
source.
lost. We lost a true icon yesterday,
Oh boy.
and I was in love with her my whole life. Sorry, honey, I didn't mean to say that. Raquel Welch, probably the most beautiful women in the history of Hollywood, in my opinion. She was actually voted, which I didn't realize. I remember million BC, 1 million BC.
Oh, yeah.
She played in the. She had the fur bikini on.
Right.
That was voted the #1 bikini shot in the history of Hollywood.
Yeah, and she still has it. She said she
Oh,
kept it and held on to it. What do you think it's going to be worth now that she's gone on that whole deal and it goes to auction? She'll probably get $5 million.
Have you seen her? She was looking still pretty good towards the
Yes.
last
Oh,
few years of her
absolutely.
life.
As long as they can authenticate that it was the same one in the movie. That's the thing.
They did that with Monica Lewinsky, didn't they? They authenticated the
They
dress,
did.
right?
Well, that's
I
the
mean-
first thing I would check on the bikini. That was my thing.
Example.
All right, but here's some comments about
Thank you
Raquel
for
Welch.
watching. I am out of here, folks.
Right.
I have so many different places I can go with that.
Right.
But out of respect, I'm going to just leave them all alone.
Well, we have a marriage speech here with some comments
How
about
do you
Raquel.
authenticate? You know?
Captain 74 goes, I always wondered how cave girl Raquel combed her hair. Was there a hair salon in the next cave? Robert DB comes, he goes, 2 thoughts come to mind. Raquel was the definition of a woman.
Okay.
Too bad today's libs missed having the simple reality available to them. 2, remembered high school physics class where the teacher had a poster of her on the wall with her measurements in metric.
I love it.
Just regular guy 000 says the thing that really shows how old she was is that she came from a time when it was still safe to live in Chicago. Now, I will tell you, when I graduated high school in 79, she was 39 years old.
Mhm.
In the Donald Duck 1959, my era, things. I think she looked her best at 40 to 50 years old, and I would have to agree with you. If you see photos from her from the late 70s to the late 80s, oh my God.
Here's the thing, though.
Oh
I
my
think every
God.
era has a Raquel Welch, and here's what I mean by that. You watch the shows like MASH and all that stuff during that time period. Who do they always talk about? Marilyn Monroe, Rita Hayworth.
That's
So every era,
Right.
and I'll even throw one into that. Say you mentioned 79.
Yes.
Wasn't that the time that Farrah Fawcett was posing in that red bikini?
Correct.
That's right.
Okay, not bikini, but the one.
But the-
one
Right, the
I had that
one-piece.
poster on my wall.
Me
That's all right.
too.
That's all right.
I did.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
okay.
every era, no, I'm saying, but every era has that Raquel Welch. Somebody like this, though, extends beyond the time period.
That's right.
Here's California Crazy, spelled with a K. For many years, she sorted out any gender confusion among teenage boys. I like
That's
that.
true.
One. That is very true.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God. Okay. G.S. Spears. See, just from those photos alone, I can easily and with great confidence identify her as a woman. And I'm not even a biologist.
Let me just address one comment before you continue.
Go ahead.
Sharif out there in Jersey, right? He's still out
Yeah,
in
my
Jersey.
son Sharif, yeah.
By the way, you don't have to come to Vegas to join us. If you want to join us on any show, we can send you a link like we did the time when your dad was out there with you, and you can video link in and join us for a show. So let's make that happen. If that's something you're crazy enough to do and join the conversation.
Heck yeah, Shark. Jump in, baby.
Please.
You know you have a lot to talk about, big brother. No doubt about it. So, hey, come on, big dog.
Absolutely.
How about this one? Yo,
Double dog dare you.
Yo, how about this one? Yo, dog. This guy here. I wonder what will be said about Hanoi Jane when your time comes. It will not resemble any comments like you see here. So that's pretty much America's speech.
Yes,
This
good
was
stuff this
Raquel
week.
Welch. Yeah. Really good stuff. And one more. Eddie Jack Teddy. Oh, Raquel, every guy's dream. Have mercy. A shame that you are now gone, yet Jane Fonda is alive. A lot of
Oh,
crazy-
my God. There you
I wish it was the other way around. Boy, a lot of stuff
Jane
like that.
Fonda.
Yeah.
She was a cutie too.
Well, I
man.
just saw her. She was 85. She's 85 now.
still
She
looks
went out
good.
with a 90-year-old man who was a billionaire, and he paid for her companionship at some awards ceremony.
In other words, she was a prostitute. for
Yes, and she's worth 200 million. She's the richest prostitute I've ever known. But she was always that way anyway. She
Merry
was always that
Christmas.
way. There you go.
Merry Christmas.
But that's
and Happy
America's
New Year.
Speech this week, guys. That's America's Speech.
Good job. Good
We'll do
stuff.
this every Thursday. And if you guys have any topics you want me to talk about, or send them in.
Put them on the Facebook
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
The RoundTable Facebook page. Before we go, last week we lost at 94, probably one of the most iconic songwriters. 74 hits were in the top 20 in the US and UK, Mr. Burt Bacharach.
Yeah.
And just today, former catcher of the St. Louis Cardinals,
saw
the Philadelphia Phillies, 20 years in baseball, 25 years as a broadcaster.
Yep.
Started losing some of his marbles towards the end about
Yep.
some of the stuff he did.
Right.
But in my opinion, the great Tim McCarver passed away today. He was
Great Tim McCarver.
81, I believe.
Yeah, he's early 80s. I mean, yeah.
So another, and to me, with him passing, that's another icon of that era of baseball broadcasting.
That's
Because you heard the number of World Series he did and the weekday shows. Of course, he was a Mets broadcaster for a long time as well.
Yes.
But an end of an era in terms of baseball broadcasting and a style because he played the game. Cardinals and the Phillies, and he was behind the plate. And anyway, thoughts and prayers go out to all the families that we've mentioned here on the show, and of course, our own personal families. So with that, guys, I hate to say it, but the meters run out.
Man, I tell you, time goes by so
Anybody
fast.
anybody got
when you
a
have-
quarter?
Hey, I got a couple of quarters here, man, to see if we can get another half hour. in.
Well, I'm going to tell you that.
Oh,
If you
it's
want to
working.
see more of the roundtable on the air at the same time, in other words, let's say from 4 to 5:30. If you want to sponsor, become an advertiser on the show, we'd gladly love to talk to you to do that. You're welcome to message us through the Facebook page, or guess what? You can email me at theroundtablelv@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you about how you can become a sponsor, support the show, and, well, help us stay on the air, or if you want to pay us to cut the show in half, that's fine.
Yeah,
With
either
your-
way, which one you
We'll
want?
take.
With
Well,
your help, we can become bigger than
That's
Joe
right.
Rogan.
No, that's right.
Bigger than The View.
That's
Oh, see, you hear the silence on that one? Bigger than the.
Let's go to the tote board, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, seriously, if we would love for you to join us, Planet Harvest Health, we thank you. Join them. We have some other folks, but seriously, email us and we'll be happy to share the information. All right, that does it, Mr. Mouth, Miklos. Final thoughts as we say
Mr.
goodbye.
Mouth Miklos. I love it. Guys, keep your head above water. We live in turbulent times now. Just hang in there. Keep doing what you're doing. Things will get better.
Even without aliens.
Just know,
Yeah.
just
That's a whole nother
I hear
other
you.
subject.
Just know that each and every day is precious, and you never know when your time is up. So be nothing but love out here in the world. Love one another.
Absolutely. Just a quick programming reminder. Tomorrow morning, 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific, Kiwanis Connects with Governor Val and her guest, Anna Wu. Anna will be on to talk about 2 for 2 and dialing with smiles. I, unfortunately, will not be on the air with her tomorrow. I have another commitment. I know the ratings will go up. However, from behind the board, Mr. John will take over and help in any way that he can with Val. So if it's the #1 rated show while I'm not here, guess who's not coming back ever again for the Kiwanis Connect show? Anyway, and then tomorrow we'll talk about Saturday's show. Saturday's the wrestling and my show. We got a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, with that, by the way, special shout out to my dad. Happy birthday, Dad. We're going for dinner in about an hour and a
Dad,
half.
Papa.
81. So many more. All right, with that, be kind to everybody. Why is that? We're all we have. We'll see you next week right here on The Round Table.
How round can
Round.
we be?